But it's, again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
This is Franky Rose's Think Tank. Here's your host, Franky Rose.
Good morning, tankers. Good to see you all. Wow, bright and early Saturday morning, and everybody's like up and going. So last night, look at me. During that never-ending talk from, oh damn, what was her name? She went on forever. Chopper, that, what the hell's that woman's name? Well, I sat here, I didn't even have a mirror, and I started cutting my hair. What is this like? I can't listen to her. Oh my God, she just went on and on. So I just sat here. Jesse, oh my God. Yeah, chop, chop, chop. Oh, chop, chop, chop. Okay, I went to the mirror and I thought, hey, I got rid of all the dead stuff anyways from going blonde. So yeah, how's you guys doing? The pink? You like the pink? Thank you. I'm a Lulu girl. Okay, I'm just trying to bring it up over here. Come on, where are you? There you are. No. So these two missing moms, hey? Wow. What is going on? I'm a little suspicious of the husband that she went to pick up her two kids for that birthday party. I don't know. I'm a little suspicious of him. They say that he wasn't around, but she had to meet the grandparents to collect the two kids, right? So it's a little bit of a scary situation. I'll just pause this. And we're good. We're good. So let's see here. Good morning, Ruth. Good to see you. Dundee, Maxie. I've seen Shauna and Chopper. There we go. Good morning. And Chopper, good morning, good morning. I think Dingo went back to bed. He was, it's like 3 o'clock in the morning for him this evening. Like it's Sunday for him. So yeah, he went to bed, popped in, and then went back to bed. I don't think that they made it to the pickup point. It didn't, not the way it was explained, not the way I understand. Yeah, I didn't think so. They got pretty close. So, I don't know. Let's see here. We do have an update from, let's see, what date is this? Let's see what he has to say.
I'm fine with it. Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. It's Hunter McKee, Hunter McKee, Public Information Manager, Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. On Saturday, March 30th, the Texas County Sheriff's Office requested the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation to investigate the suspicious disappearance of two women. This was 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jilian Kelley. Their vehicle was found abandoned. This was near Highway 95 and Road L, and this was just south of Elkhart, Kansas. This was on the very northern part of rural Texas County, just south of that Kansas line. As soon as the OSBI special agents were requested to assist with this case, our special agents, along with several other local law enforcement agencies in that area, all came together to try to track down where these two people went. As this investigation continued, our agents were able to determine that the abandoned vehicle that was found along that road had information that they were able to gather that showed signs that there was foul play. As of right now, what was found inside of the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle is still under investigation right now. And in regards to our investigation, that information cannot be released. However, we can say that based on what they were able to obtain, that there was foul play. Right now, we are still looking for both women at this time, and there are no arrests. And again, we've received several tips on this case so far, but we're asking that the public in that area or anyone that has additional information or knows about the whereabouts of these two people to please reach out to the OSBI at tips@osbi.ok.gov. And you can also call us at 1-800-522-8017.
Do we think these two women are even alive?
We're not sure at this time. We're investigating this. We're investigating this as everything is on the table. We are hopeful that they are still alive, but we're going to do everything in our power to track these two people down as quickly as we can.
There's a school district that has been on lockdown for days over this. Why?
That is the school district's decision. However, we understand that there are teachers and other people in the area that are very concerned, and we understand that they are doing what they can to keep their kids safe, as well as their teachers safe as well. That is not something that the OSBI necessarily had told them that they needed to do, but that was the school district's decision, and we understand that they're just trying to keep everyone as safe as possible.
Should Oklahomans be concerned about their well-being?
At this time, we do not believe that the public is in immediate danger. But again, we're trying to do everything that we can to talk to as many people in that area as we can. And because there is foul play involved in this case, we're doing what we can to identify possible suspects. And then if anything changes in regards to that, or if there's someone that we are specifically looking for, we will let the public know. And we will let them know if that changes. But as of right now, there are no suspects identified. And right now, we do not believe that the public is in immediate danger.
Any leads on suspect? How many people are we kind of looking at?
That is still under investigation right now.
The story is they were picking up children. What were they? Their children? Whose children were they?
We're still investigating that right now. We know that there was another law enforcement agency that had determined that that's where they were going. But right now, our agents are still investigating where their final destination was and where these women were exactly traveling to. We know they were traveling from Kansas. We know they were driving through Oklahoma, and their abandoned vehicle was found in Oklahoma. But where they were going is still under investigation right now. Again, the information that was found inside of the vehicle or around the vehicle is something that we're not going to release at this time. We are hopeful. Our agents and other law enforcement agencies in that area are working around the clock to do what they can to track these two people down and to find out what had occurred, why they went missing. I mean, all of that is still under investigation right now, but we're hopeful that we'll have more details coming. There's a lot of individuals that our agents have been in contact with and have spoke to so far. That's family, that's friends, that's people that have been in contact with them up until the hours missing. But right now we're not going into details of who we're exactly speaking to, but we're talking to as many people as we can to try to find out what had occurred.
And there's really limited information about who these women were. Is there any more that you could tell us? Two mothers, that's not it?
Not at this time. We know that these are two women who, unfortunately, because they are missing, because it's been since Saturday, since anyone has heard from them, and because we were able to obtain information to declare that there was foul play, this is extremely sad and extremely unfortunate. We're hopeful that we'll be able to find out what had happened very soon. Not at this time. We, again, what we're going to try to do is based on what we're able to find Well, what I can say is right now we will continue to update on any information that we deem is to release to the public on our social media platform. So again, we ask that people who want to follow this can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So we will continue to put out updates. As of right now, there is nothing additional, but as soon as we have anything else, we will definitely let everyone know.
There was a Amber Alert over Easter weekend as well. Is this in connection to it at all?
No.
Okay. And how many missing people are right now in Texas County?
Right now in Texas County, we're looking for 2 women, 2 people. And again, I just want people to understand that the public, the citizens in that area have done a tremendous job of reaching out to us. They are concerned. They want these women found. They want as many answers as possible, and we understand that. But as we kind of continue to investigate this and find out what had exactly occurred, we just want to put it out there that we still need people. Anybody else that knows anything, please reach out to us by phone, and you can also email us at tips@osbi.ok.gov. We're still receiving as many tips as we possibly can.
And I want to ask the last question. I feel like there's so many endangered people.
Okay. So that's that.
We are outside the
So what let me make this a bit bigger. What I've heard, not absolutely confirmed, is one lady is married to a pastor, and she went along to pick up her friends or acquaintances' 2 kids from the husband's parents who have custody of these 2 children. So it sounds like it's not the best separation. Things are rough going, but they didn't make it quite to this meeting spot that was a place that they usually used for their meetings. They didn't make it. Now I've heard, I haven't heard it from law enforcement yet, but I have absolutely heard that 1 or 2 windows they were broken. Some people are saying that they were shot out. I'm not sure. So I'm hoping to learn this while we're going through this together. They haven't found them. There's some reason that they believe that there's foul play. To me, that could mean DNA, but I don't know. Every time there is something that goes on like this and there's huge problems in a separation or a divorce, I get very, very concerned. They're not saying that the dad had anything to do with it. They're saying he was working away. They're not saying that the grandparents who have this custody where the dad stays had anything to do with it. But they are telling everybody that there's no reason to worry, that this was probably isolated. So let's see what we can learn here. It's brief, but hopefully there's lots in a couple of minutes.
Moms who vanished in Oklahoma. Officials suspect foul play based upon evidence found inside the women's abandoned vehicle. Eva Pilgrim here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. These 2 women have been missing for 6 days now. Investigators retracing their steps, trying to piece together their day. This, as they have found alarming new clues as to what happened before they disappeared.
This morning, foul play now suspected in the case of 2 missing mothers. Authorities urgently trying to find the women after what they're calling a suspicious disappearance.
We're piecing everything that we can together right now.
The 2 were last seen Saturday. 39-year-old Jilian Kelley hopping in the car with 27-year-old Veronica Butler to pick up Veronica's 6-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son to celebrate her daughter's birthday, according to ABC affiliate KVII. But the 2 never arrived.
We have not identified a suspect or suspects at this time. Now, we are continuing to look at everybody who could be involved.
Local authorities recovering the small blue SUV they were in, abandoned along a highway south of the Kansas border. Investigators saying analysis based on what they found in that SUV has revealed evidence to indicate foul play.
That Texas County area, there aren't a lot of people that live in that area, and it's a very rural area, but the people who are there, they're very, very concerned about this right now.
There's two primary directions I believe the police will go in this case. It's the forensic side of it, from DNA to fingerprints, etc., to people that are known in their lives, people that they've had relationships with.
Veronica, a known businesswoman in the community, was reportedly in the midst of a custody battle. Jilian, an acquaintance, is a pastor's wife. She was said to be riding along for support.
It's totally out of nature for both of them. The message I would say is that we are expecting your return. Look forward to greeting you when you come home and to hug your necks when you return.
And investigators tell us they've gotten a lot of tips from the public, and they are hopeful people will continue to call in. Their goal is to bring these two women home. That area is very rural, so those tips are incredibly important.
Hopefully they're safe. All right, thank you for that, Eva.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thank
Lizzie. So they're not saying a lot yet. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that one is the preacher's wife, and I'm pretty sure the other, she has her own business and says that everything I've heard is it has something to possibly do with gardening. So I don't know. Flowers, I don't know for sure. But I have heard social worker, so the preacher's wife could very well be. Okay, let's see here. Let's take a look.
Guy is now calling this a suspicious case. And these two women involved were very involved with their local churches. They recently went missing and they've been gone for several days.
Okay.
The processing through some anger, confusion, not knowing, not having answers as to what has gone on or what events transpired or what caused the events to transpire.
Pastor Singer says his congregation and the Hugoton, Kansas community are having a hard time with the suspicious disappearance of 27-year-old Veronica Butler, a member of his own church.
He was going to get her kids for a birthday party and never made it.
But another woman, 39-year-old Jilian Kelley, was in the car with her and works at a different church in Hugoton.
She is the wife of a pastor here in our community, also an employee of the church, First Christian Church.
Lord, we lift up Jilian, we lift up Veronica, we pray for their safety.
The pastor thinks this wasn't an accident.
It appears that this was not a willing incident on their own to have taken off or anything of that nature. It looks to be that there's something more involved.
Please definitely keep the Kelley family, their whole family in your prayers, and Jilian and Veronica as well.
Here's what we know right now. Pastor Singer says Veronica and Jilian were on their way to Texas County, Oklahoma to pick up Veronica's children and return back to Hugoton for a birthday party. That party was scheduled Saturday morning on Easter weekend, but Veronica's car was found in an extremely rural area. They were nowhere to be found.
Their vehicle was found abandoned near Highway 95 and Road L. This was just south of Elkhart, Kansas, in very rural northern Texas County.
As the investigation continues, a suspect has not been named.
And that includes family, that includes friends, that includes people that were in contact with them up until the day when their vehicle was found on Saturday.
Now, I also asked OSBI if they know where the father is, the father of these children, and if he is cooperating. And they told me that's still under investigation. I also talked with OSBI tonight, and they told me it's not clear when was the last.
So it's Veronica's kids that they were going to pick up. And Jilian Kelley is the pastor's wife from a different church, is the way I'm understanding it. So Veronica is going through not a very good divorce right now, and they're not eliminating the dad. They're not eliminating the grandparents. They're not eliminating anyone. They're just saying that foul play is most likely.
Last time these women were seen. In Oklahoma City, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.
Okay. Preacher's wife picking up young kids for birthday party when they vanished. Let's see here. No, that's not a problem, Lori. We'll just play it by ear, right? Just play it by ear. All righty. So Guyman, Oklahoma. A mother and a preacher's wife were picking up young kids for a birthday party when they vanished. According to a source, 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jilian Kelley were reported missing last Saturday. A person close to Butler, who asked to remain anonymous, said that Butler was supposed to pick up her 6-year-old daughter and her 8-year-old son in Ava, Oklahoma, to celebrate her daughter's birthday. Kelley, who is the wife of the preacher, are you serious, Jazz? Traveled with her from Elkhart, Kansas. And I imagine that might just be due to like the buddy system, right? To keep everybody safe, bring someone with you, and you would think it would be fine, right? But the 16-minute trip ended 3 miles short. So they were very close. Oh, Jazzy. Very, very close. According to the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, their car was found abandoned near Highway 95 on Road L, about 3 miles north of Ava. And again, what I've heard is that it was actually pulled over. This is things that I'm hearing. This is not based on anything coming from the police. It's coming from different sources and me kind of putting things together in my own mind. So you do the same when it comes to this and give me your ideas and thoughts. Okay, so abandoned, and it does sound like it was pulled over. Really hard to deal with knowing that someone I've been in contact with since I was 16 years old is missing. It's been very difficult. OSBI could not confirm what our source told us. We still don't know why and where these women were going when they were exactly coming from. We do not know their exact relationship together. All that is still under investigation. Of course, this is still in the initial stages. ABC 7 also asked OSBI what kind of shape the car was in when it was found. What was found inside, if there are any suspects, and the whereabouts of the children. All of this is still under investigation. The person close to Butler said they're trying to hope for the best, but they know the odds of a positive outcome lower the longer the women are missing. I know the first 24 or 48 hours are the most crucial time to try and find someone, knowing that it's been longer and that it's been taking a toll on us. Jeez. Unreal. Yep, that's right. Pick up at the trading post. And they were 3 miles from their destination, just up the road. That's right. And we don't even know if the women are the ones that left the vehicle there. It could have been dumped. You know, we have, sorry, I got itchy eyeball. We have heard a little bit about that there's a possibility of a lot of things as far as how that car got there. I'm still leaning towards it was pulled over somehow, but I don't know. Thanks, Dan D. I think the windows being shot out makes it feel like a drive-by type deal when disposal of the remains somewhere else. That's kind of what it's looking like. What I've heard is that it was on the driver's side. The vehicle was pulled over, and it was on the driver's side that these windows were broken. That's what I've heard. We've had several incidents of people throwing rocks at motorists and people dying. Oh my God. If it was a drive-by at that specific location, there is no point to take the women to another spot. That's true. It's true. Even if the car broke down, odds of you leaving the car close to none. You just call up AAA, right? Wow. Yeah, I would think if it was a drive-by, you would leave the victims there. That is kind of what I'm thinking. But I'm wondering, could they have been deleted right there and taken from there by someone who possibly knows them, or at least one of them? No, not absolutely shot. The way I've heard that they were shot out, but I've also heard that they were like smashed. So I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. One, the target, and the other, collateral damage. Yeah, it could be. It very well could be. Yeah, it's very risky. You think smashed sounds more likely? What if, this is hypothetical, what if it was the dad who has custody of these kids? He might have an alibi, this guy, but he likes his weapons. This is where I think it possibly turned from broken to shot out, I think. But yeah. This is it. I mean, it's really hard to jump into these brains. That's what I'm wondering. That's also a very good possibility, Bruja, that someone, took a rock or whatever, broke the window, opened the door, and took them. That's very, very possible. Maybe, Tony, I know it's very rural, so I cannot say for sure, right? And if it's a hunting area, people might not even know. Is it hunting season anywhere? That's truly what I kind of have going in my head here. Yes. That's kind of the way I'm looking at it, Shauna. It had to be someone that knew they were out there alone. Sounds like a personal thing. Oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. A person could literally stream 24/7 all the different shite that goes on in the US. It's getting bad. It's getting really scary. Yeah, 3 minutes away from their destination, like very close. Yes, an ambush is what comes to mind. Nothing but cows and little people. One of the women is getting a divorce, and I do believe that's why she had the buddy system going, just to feel safe because there was someone else with her while she collected the children. That's my thoughts. Yep. Pretty much 3 minutes. It's getting bad. We're getting bad too. Every place is getting bad. But the poor US is taking like a kicking. Oh la. That's it. There's not a lot of traffic on the rural roads in Kansas. Most traffic is confined to bigger towns and cities. Yes. Tractors. It is more likely that these women got to whatever location they were going to, something happened to them, and instead of carrying weight, they got rid of the most visible thing, the vehicle. Yeah? Yep. Let's see what we got here. Foul play suspected for 2 missing Kansas mothers. They're nowhere to be found. This usually has music. No. So authorities suspect foul play after 2 Kansas moms traveling in Oklahoma vanished, and the car they were driving was found abandoned in a remote part of Sooners State Panhandle. Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley went missing Saturday in a rural part of Texas County near Highway 95 and Road L. Investigators revealed Wednesday that a more thorough analysis of the circumstances around their disappearance has revealed evidence to indicate foul play. At-risk missing persons. So Veronica Butler on the left side, she's 27 years old, 5'4", red hair, green eyes, was wearing blue short sleeve shirt, denim shorts, and hey dudes. Jilian D. Kelley is 39, and she would have been the passenger going for, keeping them in a buddy system type situation. She's 39 years old. Natural hair is brown. She's got blue eyes, white washed blue jeans, a long sleeve shirt, and tan or beige shoes. The endangered missing alert has been activated by the Oklahoma Highway Patrol on behalf of Texas County Sheriff's Office. Veronica and Jilian were traveling together to pick up children. They never made it to the pickup location. Their car was located abandoned on the side of the road. Veronica has several tattoos, a Chinese symbol on her left forearm, a sunflower on her left shoulder. Jilian has a butterfly tattoo on her left forearm. Any persons with information related to the endangered missing alert should contact law enforcement or tribal authorities by dialing 911. So they're obviously on Native property. This is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. Okay, I'm not sure if we looked at this one.
Those 2 missing mothers who vanished over the weekend.
The women are nowhere to be found, and now investigators say they suspect foul play. Fox 31's Talia Cunningham staying on top of this story for us. She joins us live all new at 9. Talia.
Well, Erica, as you remember, initially authorities told us they believe that these women were in danger, but the question of foul play was still too early to answer. It has now been answered, and that's because of what investigators found inside and around their abandoned vehicles, stating there is evidence now to indicate foul play. But what exactly that is remains a mystery as well tonight. Reporters press for answers today, but the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says it would compromise the integrity of the case to release those details. We know their blue SUV was found abandoned on Saturday on the side of a very rural road in Oklahoma, similar to this one. Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley were traveling from Hugoton, Kansas to Oklahoma to pick up Butler's children, but never arrived. Now, our partners at News Nation reporting there was some sort of custody matter taking place, and Kelley was traveling with Butler to handle it. Today, authorities giving an update on the case.
You see, that's the concern. Anytime there's any kind of domestic dispute, things can go sideways so fast.
Case, a reporter asking very bluntly if the women are still alive. Listen.
We're not sure at this time. We're investigating this. We're investigating this as everything is on the table. We are hopeful that they are still alive, but we're going to do everything in our power to track these 2 people down as quickly as we can.
And what's interesting in this case as well is normally missing persons cases, you see on-camera pleas from family members hoping for a safe return, and all family members have declined this. We've also been told that investigators have asked family not to conduct any on-camera interviews. There's still so many unanswered questions tonight, and not much information is being released. We do know no suspect has been identified or even arrested at this point. Authorities don't believe there's any danger to the public right now. However, the search continues tonight, 120 hours after they've gone missing. In studio, Talia Cunningham, Fox 31.
Oh, Lordy, Lordy.
Evan Abby, that's right. And as you just mentioned, focus.
It's our number one priority right now for our agents to find these women as quickly as they possibly can.
Time is of the essence for OSBI as they continue their investigation into the suspicious disappearance of 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jilian Kelley.
As the days and the hours go by, it becomes more and more challenging and more difficult.
Law enforcement says Butler was traveling from Kansas to Texas County in the Panhandle to pick up her children. Kelley was in the car with her, but the two never showed up. A sheriff's deputy found their truck in a rural area of Texas County on Saturday. The two women nowhere to be found.
Not a lot of buildings, not a lot of homes, no cameras. It's made it extremely challenging, but that's why we stress again that if you know something, please say something and please reach out to us.
On Wednesday, OSBI said they found evidence pointing to foul play in the abandoned vehicle.
The evidence that was in the vehicle, was around the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle, all of that is still under investigation at this time.
This case.
So it does sound like something happened. Maybe DNA has been left in this vehicle. I mean, it's a definite possibility.
Gaining national attention on social media, people sharing their thoughts, and OSBI says in some cases, wrong information.
It makes it challenging because we're having to navigate through information that just isn't true.
Still, OSBI is asking anyone with information to please come forward.
We need more. I mean, this is something that as it continues, our investigators need as much information as we can possibly get.
And OSBI telling me today, despite false rumors and claims on social media, there have been no arrests in this case. Reporting live, Zach Royale, KOCO 5 News.
Okay. All right, so let's take a look. When the women never arrived to pick up the children, Butler's ex-husband found the car on the side of the road. So that must mean that he was in the area, right? So he found the car on the side of the road near a school Butler had graduated from in 2015, according to the report. The car was found 3 miles north of Eva Kelley, a mother of 4 herself, was suspected of traveling with Butler to help her with a custody issue. Sources familiar with the matter told News Nation. Strangely enough, the school near where the women went missing and the one who graduated from, Yarborough School, started operating under a lockdown status on Tuesday. So that is very interesting. Beautiful young girl. Traveling with Kelley to pick up her 2 children. Texas County Sheriff's Department also issued an endangered missing advisory for the 2 mothers. The mothers were both members of the Hugoton First Christian Church in Kansas and were reported to be more acquaintances than friends, according to News Nation. Kelley, the wife of a preacher and the secretary of the community church, was said to regularly participate in volunteer work, including running the church's children programs. Mother of 4. Her husband, Heath Kelley, previously the pastor of Hugoton, was recently moved to become the new minister at Willow Christian Church in Nebraska. The congregation is asking the community to keep spreading the word about the disappearance and praying that both women are found. Please pray that Jilian and her friend Veronica are safe and that they are found quickly. God, please bring these women home to their families that are so worried about them. Wow. They're hoping the women are found, but understand the odds after finding a missing person dwindle after the first 24 to 48 hours have passed. Really hard to deal with knowing that someone I've been in contact with, since I was 16 years old is missing. It's been very difficult. Oklahoma State Bureau said they have currently made no arrests after suspecting the mothers of disappearance under suspicious circumstances. There's every reason to believe that they could be in danger. Public information and manager with the Bureau, Hunter McKee, told ABC on Tuesday. It was a very rural area. They're nowhere to be found. The fact that we've had no contact with them for this long. Yeah. Lordy, lordy. Lordy, lordy.
For these two missing women from Kansas, now expanding across state lines.
We are unsure where these women are or what happened to them. That unknown is what has created it suspicious for us at this time.
Authorities say 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jilian Kelley were traveling together near the Kansas-Oklahoma border to pick up their children on Saturday, but never showed up to their destination. Veronica's blue Kia SUV later discovered abandoned in a remote part of the Oklahoma Panhandle.
Sheriff's office deputies approached the vehicle and these women are gone and they're nowhere to be seen.
Officials say their search was hampered by the extremely rural area where the car was discovered.
The law enforcement looks for local buildings, houses, businesses for possible cameras to see maybe where the car was parked, where it was going, where the women might have gone. But it's such a rural area. That's what's made it so challenging for us.
According to authorities, no threats against the women have been reported, but Veronica's family members tell NBC News she had been engaged in a custody dispute. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation now turning to the community for help.
It's very, very important for us, for people to continue to put in their tips and whatever information they may have that could help the case.
At an Easter Sunday service, a local church coming together to pray for a safe return.
Lord, we lift up Jilian, we lift up Veronica, we pray for their safety.
Stephen Romo, NBC News.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about.
Wow. Let's go. All righty. Evidence in the car Veronica Butler was driving when she and Jilian Kelley vanished points to foul play. I don't know how to get this thing to go up. It doesn't. Okay, come on.
McKee of the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation today.
We're coming up on 6 days. These are two women that no one has heard from. And it's extremely sad.
What leads you to believe this was foul play?
We can say that what our investigators had discovered in and around that vehicle led them to believe that there was foul play involved in this.
I think that a lot of people are wondering about this custody dispute.
We're still investigating that.
Both women are members.
So from what I've learned, the dad had just gotten out of the Who Scout like 2 weeks before this. This is why the grandparents had the kids, I guess. Authorities investigating the disappearance of two missing Kansas mothers said they have found evidence in the abandoned vehicle that points to foul play. Veronica Butler was headed to pick up her two children on their way at their grandparents' house, they're saying. Now we're hearing a different spot, but that'll all get figured out once everybody's on board with facts, right? So we know that they disappeared in a rural area of Oklahoma near the Kansas border. Kelley is a preacher's wife and reportedly tagged along to support Butler in the midst of a custody dispute with her ex. According to the court documents, the father of Butler's children had been in prison for possession of a firearm and was released 14 days ago. Yipes. I see a flag. I see a red flag. We're coming up on 6 days. We're at day 7 today. These are two women no one has heard from, and it's extremely sad, Hunter McGee of the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation told Inside Edition. We can say that what our investigators had discovered in and around that vehicle led them to believe that there was foul play involved. So that could be anything from the windows to spent bullets, right? Rock. McKee says Butler's custody dispute is still being investigated. The urgent search for clues for the safe return of the two mothers. Police have yet to release the names of any suspect. Hola. Okay, we're just going to watch a little bit of this because I don't trust these guys at all. They like to strike. But we'll just get a first catch up. They seem to have a lot of information.
Missing persons whom police consider endangered and potentially victims of foul play. No news is not good news. But here we are, almost 1 full week since these two, Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley, set out from rural Kansas just to pick up Veronica's kids. They were in Eva, Oklahoma. And you know what? It was not far from the state line. They just needed to make it there, but something happened on the way.
Look at how rural that is. It looks like Alberta and Saskatchewan. You can watch your dog run away for like miles and miles and days and days. There he is, still running. It's flat.
The women's car turned up on the side of the road in the Panhandle, just about 3 miles short of their destination. The women themselves have not been seen since, but there was something in that car, something that shot red flags a mile high over those grassy plains. So why won't the investigators say what that something was?
Well, because that's how they build their cases, right?
Today in the women's hometown of Hugoton, Kansas, a public outpouring of concern, people gathering just to pray and just to be together as another day passed with a whole lot.
So I think that shop that they are around is the mothers, the mother of two. Is it Veronica? Is she Veronica? I'm just learning too.
I want to get to Brooke Schaefer right now. She's News Nation's national correspondent. She's been there all day yesterday, several days. In fact, she was at the vigil. Gosh, it looks behind you like there's northern lights, but it's such a serene place where you are. I don't expect to see this kind of a story develop. And I'm imagining that the people you're talking to feel a bit the same way.
That's exactly what they're saying, Ashley. So many people have told us this just doesn't happen here. And like you said, we're going on almost a week.
And this is why I believe it's a domestic. I really, really do.
Now that these two moms have been missing, tomorrow marks 1 week. And today, still really no updates from authorities. We really haven't gotten a major update from them since I think it was Wednesday when we found out that they now suspect foul play. Since then, I've been calling OSBI multiple times a day trying to get any information. So far, no leads, no suspects, no arrests, no idea where these moms are as we head into the weekend now with little to no information.
But I keep hearing tips and leads pouring in, and I get so, I don't know, buoyed by that. And yet still they're so tight-lipped about it. And I still can't get my head around how are they trying to spur tips and leads when they're not engaging with the press and asking for them?
That definitely is, I think, maybe a confusing reception for us. We were expecting to get there to Hugoton, Kansas, and that rural spot in Oklahoma, and really start to get all of this information, and that hasn't been the case for us.
Yeah, there is no information at this point, just the basics. I don't like hanging out with them. I'll just move on. We'll just move on. Okay, so what do we got here? Okay, Wichita, Kansas. The Oklahoma State Bureau investigation provide an update. The case of 2 missing Kansas women. This is 2 days ago. See what we can learn. We know most of this. Evidence of foul play from the vehicle. And they are unsure at this time whether the 2 ladies are alive. And they are saying that they are investigating this as everything is on the table. We're hopeful that they are still alive, but we're going to do everything in our power to track these 2 people down as quickly as we can. They do believe that the public is not in immediate danger, which again makes me think that this might have something to do with people who knew them. They're still investigating where their final destination was and where these 2 women were traveling to. We know they were driving through Oklahoma, and their abandoned vehicle was found in Oklahoma. Because there is foul play involved in this case, we can only identify possible suspects. Then if anything changes in regard to that, or that we are specifically looking for, we will let the public know. I think this is the one that we looked at. I just want to make sure this isn't another update.
You want me to just start?
I'm fine with it. Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay. It's Hunter McKee, Hunter McKee, Public Information Manager, Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. On Saturday, March 30th, the Texas County Sheriff's Office requested the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation to investigate the suspicious disappearance of 2 women. This was 27-year-old Veronica Butler and 39-year-old Jilian Kelley. Their vehicle was found abandoned. This was near Highway 95 and Road L, and this was just south.
I think this is worth taking another look at regardless. Let's just listen to him again and see what we can pick up. I always miss things the first time.
Of Elkhart, Kansas. This was on the very northern part of rural Texas County, just south of that Kansas line. As soon as the OSBI special agents were requested to assist with this case, our special agents, along with several other local law enforcement agencies in that area, all came together to try to track down where these 2 people went. As this investigation continued, our agents were able to determine that the abandoned vehicle that was found along that road had information that they were able to gather that showed signs that there was foul play. As of right now, what was found inside of the vehicle, the condition of the vehicle is still under investigation right now. And in regards to our investigation, that information cannot be released. However, we can say that based on what they were able to obtain, that there was foul play. Right now, we are still looking for both women at this time, and there are no arrests. And again, we've received several tips on this case so far, but we're asking that the public in that area or anyone that has additional information or knows about the whereabouts of these two people to please reach out to the OSBI at tips@osbi.ok.gov. And you can also call us at 1-800-522-8017.
Do we think these two women are even alive?
We're not sure at this time. We're investigating this. We're investigating this as everything is on the table. We are hopeful that they are still alive, but we're going to do everything in our power to track these two people down as quickly as we can.
There's a school district that has been on lockdown for days over this. Why?
That is the school district's decision. However, we understand that there are teachers and other people in the area that are very concerned, and we understand that they are doing what they can to keep their kids safe, as well as their teachers safe as well. That is not something that the OSBI necessarily had told them that they needed to do, but that was the school district's decision, and we understand.
Yeah, from my understanding, the grandparents, the paternal grandparents, have custody of the two children. So when the father went to the Huskow on weapons-related charges, they just continued on with the grandparents. And then she has to go meet up with them, I suppose, to get the children. So I didn't think he was anywhere in the area, but it looks like he was. It looks like it was him possibly that was going to meet them. I don't know, guys.
Understand that they're just trying to keep everyone as safe as possible.
Should Oklahomans be concerned about their well-being?
At this time, we do not believe that the public is in immediate danger. But again, we're trying to do everything that we can to talk to as many people in that area as we can. And because there is foul play involved in this case, we're doing what we can to identify possible suspects. And then if anything changes in regards to that, or if there's someone that we are specifically looking for, we will let the public know, and we will let them know if that changes. But as of right now, there are no suspects identified. And right now, we do not believe that the public is in immediate danger.
Any leads on suspect? How many people are we kind of looking at?
That is still under investigation right now.
The story is they were picking up children. What were they? Their children? Whose children were they?
We're still investigating that right now. We know that there was another law enforcement agency that had determined that that's where they were going. But right now, our agents are still investigating where their final destination was and where these women were exactly traveling to. We know they were traveling from Kansas. We know they were driving through Oklahoma, and their abandoned vehicle was found in Oklahoma. But where they were going is still under investigation right now.
What evidence led them to believe there's foul play?
Again, that the information that was found inside of the vehicle or around the vehicle is something that we're not going to release at this time.
Are we any closer to finding the girls?
We are hopeful. Our agents and other law enforcement agencies in that area are working around the clock to do what they can to track these two people down and to find out what had occurred, why they went missing. I mean, all of that is still under investigation right now, but we're hopeful that we'll have more details coming.
They're saying these are mothers. Have you been able to speak to anyone's family? How are they feeling this evening?
There's a lot of individuals that our agents have been in contact with and have spoke to so far. That's family, that's friends, that's people that have been in contact with them up until the hours missing. But right now we're not going into details of who we're exactly speaking to, but we're talking to as many people as we can to try to find out what had occurred.
And there's really limited information about who these women were. Is there any more that you could tell us? Two mothers, if that it?
Not at this time. We know that these are two women who unfortunately, because they are missing, because it's been since Saturday, since anyone has heard from them, and because we were able to obtain information to declare that there was foul play, this is extremely sad and extremely unfortunate. We're hopeful that we'll be able to find out what had happened very soon.
Any additional information you can give us at this time?
Not at this time. We, again, what we're going to try to do is based on what we're able to find. What I can say is right now we will continue to update on any information that we deem is to release to the public on our social media platform. So again, we ask that people who want to follow this can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So we will continue to put out updates. As of right now, there is nothing additional, but as soon as we have anything else, we will definitely let everyone know.
There was a Amber Alert over Easter weekend as well. Is this in connection to it at all?
No.
Okay. And how many missing people are right now in Texas County?
Right now in Texas County, we're looking for 2 women, 2 people. And again, I just want people to understand that the public, the citizens in that area have done a tremendous job of reaching out to us. They are concerned. They want these women found. They want as many answers as possible, and we understand that. But as we kind of continue to investigate this and find out what had exactly occurred, we just want to put it out there that we still need people, anybody else that knows anything, please reach out to us by phone, and you can also email us at tips@osbi.ok.gov. We're still receiving as many tips as we possibly can.
And I do want to ask one last question. I feel like I've seen so many endangered people.
It just ends there. I've got no idea why. All righty.
Moms who vanished in Oklahoma. Officials suspect foul play based upon evidence found inside the women's abandoned vehicle. Eva Pilgrim here with the story. Good morning, Eva.
Good morning, George. These 2 women have been missing for 6 days now. Investigators retracing their steps, trying to piece together their day. This, as they have found alarming new clues as to what happened before they disappeared.
This morning, foul play now suspected in the case of 2 missing mothers. Authorities urgently trying to find the women after what they're calling a suspicious disappearance.
We're piecing everything that we can together right now.
The 2 were last seen Saturday. 39-year-old Jilian Kelley hopping in the car with 27-year-old Veronica Butler to pick up Veronica's 6-year-old daughter and 8-year-old son to celebrate her daughter's birthday, according to ABC affiliate KVII. But the 2 never arrived.
We have not identified a suspect or suspects at this time. Now, we are continuing to look at everybody who could be involved.
Local authorities recovering the small blue SUV they were in, abandoned along a highway south of the Kansas border. Investigators saying analysis based on what they found in that SUV has revealed evidence to indicate foul play.
That Texas County area, there aren't a lot of people that live in that area, and it's a very rural area, but the people who are there, they're very, very concerned about this right now.
There's 2 primary directions I believe the police will go in this case. It's the forensic side of it, from DNA to fingerprints, etc., to people that are known in their lives, people that they've had relationships with.
Veronica, a known businesswoman in the community, was reportedly in the midst of a custody battle.
Again, this is the part that upsets me and concerns me, is this whole separation divorce thing, and knowing that those windows are smashed or blown out, and the ex has just gotten out of the Hooskow for weapons charges, concerns me.
Jilian, an acquaintance, is a pastor's wife. She was said to be riding along for support.
It's totally out of nature for both of them. The message I would say is that we are expecting your return. Look forward to greeting you when you come home and to hug your necks when you return.
And investigators tell us they've gotten a lot of tips from the public, and they are hopeful people will continue to call in. Their goal is to bring these two women home. That area is very rural, so those tips are incredibly important.
Hopefully they're safe. All right. Thank you for that, Eva.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos.
Hopefully they're safe. Okay. So foul play suspected in missing Kansas mom's case. Veronica Butler is the one who had the two children she was going to pick up for the daughter's birthday party. They were traveling together to pick up the children in Oklahoma. The car was found abandoned on Oklahoma State Highway 95.
Foul.
Schaefer and former CIA agent, former FBI special agent Tracy Walder. Tracy, it's good to have you back on the show. Brooke, it's good to have you for the first time on the show. What do we understand about this now?
Yeah, Chris, still so many unanswered questions really about these two moms that disappeared. But like you said, we're starting to get sort of a glimpse into the investigation. Officials in Oklahoma just a few hours ago saying that they now suspect foul play. They said that they have some evidence from that abandoned car leading them to believe that foul play is involved in the disappearance of these two moms. But I can tell you, I called investigators right after we got that update because I wanted to ask them about what evidence they found in that car. We're hearing a lot of rumors here in Hugoton, Kansas. This is the city where those two moms live. Some people here have said that they heard there was blood around that abandoned car. I asked investigators about that because, again, that's what we're hearing from a lot of people here. Officials, though, so far not able to answer that question about what evidence they found leading them to believe there's foul play in all of this.
What's the status of the kids?
The kids we're hearing are with the paternal grandmother. She's the one who has custody here. And every Saturday, the mom, Veronica here, is allowed visitation every Saturday. She was going along with Jilian to see the kids. We've heard from a couple people here in town that Veronica's kids are not aware of what is happening right now, but we're hearing that they are safe and with their grandmother right now.
Okay, so Tracy and Brooke, if I get something wrong, just jump back in. But Tracy, you got three scenarios. You got Thelma and Louise, you've got a monster in the midst, and you've got the other person involved in the custody dispute, who's the husband. Obviously, you start with the husband or the father, or whatever the status is. There's a big question mark around him. What do you make of it?
Well, thank you so much for having me again. And really, I do think you're absolutely right. You really start with the husband and sort of work your way out. It's my understanding that he is in rehab and he needs to be there for the next 6 months. We would know from law enforcement if he's been released, but they may not be telling us that at this point in time. Also, the location of where this car was found is extremely remote. And, you know, Brooke was mentioning that it looked like there may have been foul play. And there's two scenarios there. Is there foul play that made them get out of the vehicle? Did they get in some kind of an accident? Did someone ram their vehicle? Or is there foul play in terms of something that happened to them inside the vehicle? What made them pull over? And I think that's really the key there. And based on the remoteness, this has to be targeted. I just don't see.
Exactly. It has to be targeted. There's really no other way to look at this, is there? It had to have been targeted. Brutal. Brutal.
This happening in an urban setting, sort of a random act of violence. I really do think this is targeted.
Well, it's absolutely what you're looking for in terms of opportunity, right? The more remote, the better, in terms of if somebody did this intentionally. A little weird to you, Tracy, that the family and loved ones are so quiet when there's a search to find these two moms?
So yes and no. You know, in some of these missing persons cases, you know, you're absolutely right. We do hear a lot from the families because they are trying to locate their family member. In this situation, it sounds like the families have been asked to remain quiet and not speak to media. This is just my hypothesis.
So that means a lot, right? That means a lot. They might be comforting somebody who is within that family, just saying, you know, we're doing our best, just don't talk. And meanwhile, be building a case. It's hard to say.
But some of the reasons that this could be is that members of the family are under investigation. And that really points to our theory that this may be someone close to these individuals.
Exactly.
Marcus is a connoisseur.
Exactly. Okay, dare I?
It's been really tight-lipped from investigators, really not telling us a whole lot. And like I said, every day I've been calling, asking for updates, and really getting nothing. We have heard, like you mentioned, that there are lots of tips pouring in. But keep in mind, again, as we've been reporting, where these women seemingly vanished in broad daylight is an incredibly rural area. Pretty much some people called it as rural gets. So we're not seeing like security cameras, videos, anything that might normally be a really key piece of evidence in a case like this. It just doesn't exist.
All the information is going to be in that car. Brutal. Okay. I'm not finding any documents on Veronica right now, so I will absolutely look after the stream. So basically, based on where they're at, I think that it ends up with 3 different agencies from different counties that are working this. So hopefully they're able to share information, because it would be heartbreaking if the information is out there and someone is not sharing. Nope. Timeline of events. Kansas women still missing. Police suspect foul play. This was yesterday. There they are there. I'm concerned. Veronica Butler, 27. Jilian Kelley, 39, were last seen in the Texas County over the weekend. Investigators are still searching for the moms who initially ventured out on the dirt road to pick up children. So if they don't find these women, that's 6 kids left without a mother. 6 of them. The 2 Kansas women who disappeared over the last weekend, are still missing, with investigators announcing last Wednesday that they suspect foul play. Veronica, 27, and Jilian, 39, have not been seen since they left to pick up the children in Oklahoma. The car they were last seen driving was found abandoned near a highway in Texas County, Oklahoma, in the state's panhandle. Between Kansas and Texas. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation said Sunday they were asked by another local law enforcement agency in the area to investigate the suspicious disappearance. The agency said that they found evidence to indicate foul play based on a recent search of the abandoned vehicle. We're still searching for these victims. I got a yawn. I'm sorry. All righty. We are searching for these victims, and there are no arrests at this time. We will ask anyone with additional information to contact us on X, formerly known as Twitter. Hunter McGee, the OSBI spokesperson, told US Today that the investigation is ongoing. Additional information about the case will be made available Thursday morning. So I think that's the one we looked at. McKee said the women were believed to be in danger since no one has heard from them in days. And was last seen in a very rural area of the state as well, according to their statement provided by Fox News Digital. Okay, so timeline of events so far. How's everybody doing? Lordy. Well, it sounds like there was one specific place where they would meet up. And For some reason, they didn't make it. Other tire tracks, they have not said. Yeah, if he did this, yeah, he'll get more than just a mental hospital. Jesus Lord Murphy. Okay. Timeline of events. March 30th. Texas County. Oh, good Lord, I'm sorry. Oklahoma Sheriff's Office posts missing poster on social media, providing details about the women's physical appearance and photos. March 31st, Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation announced they were asked to assist in investigating a suspicious disappearance in Texas County. Wednesday, the OSBI said that based on information obtained from the victim's vehicle, our investigators believe there was evidence to indicate foul play. Search continues, abandoned, found on the side of the highway. Wow. It was immediately clear what the connection between the two women is, but they were both traveling to pick up children, according to the Endangered Missing Advisory activated in Oklahoma by the Oklahoma Highway Patrol. They never made it to that pickup location. Their car was located abandoned on the side of the road. Butler has several tattoos. She is 5 feet 4 inches, red hair, green eyes, and last seen wearing a blue short sleeve shirt, denim shorts, and Hey Dude shoes. Kelley has a butterfly tattooed on her left forearm. Police say Kelley has brown hair and blue eyes and was last seen wearing whitewash blue jeans, a long sleeve shirt, and tan colored shoes. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation by phoning 1-800-522-8017 or email tips at osbi.ok.gov. So, yeah, this is beyond suspicious. It's just beyond suspicious.
I mean, it just looks like something out of a John Steinbeck novel. You know, I expect to see the Jodes heading down those roads. It's so rural. You know how look in the absence of information, you know what happens, Brooke. The rumor mill just starts to churn, and I get the impression that's happening in that small town. Lots of people are saying lots of things about other people.
Very much so.
What's the story about what's the story about people who are sort of like pointing fingers and starting to name names?
Yeah, very small town. Everybody knows everybody. The rumor mill absolutely churning tonight, especially, like I said, as we head into the weekend with no information on where these two moms could be. Today, we were hearing some rumors about possible activity in the case, some suspects there. I reached out to OSBI again multiple times and I said, hey, look, I'm hearing this and I'm hearing it from pretty much everybody. And they
Yeah, they're not about to divulge just because they're News Nation. They're not going to divulge.
said no updates, no leads, no suspects. I called back again because I kept hearing the same thing. There's movement in the case. There's movement in the case. And I called OSBI and they said there's no truth to it. But yeah, like you said, the rumor mill absolutely churning. But I think really it stems from that frustration. Everybody wants answers. They want to know where these two moms are. And we really have little information to go on.
That's fact. That is fact. So on Wednesday, investigators said the evidence had been found that points to foul play and disappearance of the two women. So it all revolves around that damn vehicle. There's something that was in and around that vehicle that points to foul play.
Veronica and Jilian are okay is hard.
not knowing anything, not knowing if they're, here in Kansas still or Oklahoma, or, if they, where they're at.
It's been a hard week for Travis Woodworth and every other person who lives in Hugoton. Two of their own, Veronica Butler and Jilian Kelley, went missing Saturday night.
Nothing like that really happens around here. So when it was shocked that it was her, of all people.
Draylee Houts and Woodworth both know Butler. They say she lights up a room and always shared a smile. Hearing she's missing is devastating.
My heart just dropped. Like, it's been a very heartbreaking, a lot of sleepless nights.
Authorities say the two women left Hugoton on Saturday to pick up kids in Oklahoma. Investigators found their car just south of the Kansas border in Texas County, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation says it believes foul play was involved, but that's all it's saying. Townspeople are still thinking positive, but they're worried.
There's still hope, but you never know in a situation like that, because it could be, they could still.
Yeah, with no information coming from law enforcement, all the families and friends, this is what they have to do, is try and put pieces together in their mind and try and figure out what seems logical to them. And you get all sorts of stuff coming out, but nothing from law enforcement.
Will be out there, but it could just be they could be really bad hurt.
Hout says the missing moms are the talk of the town. Everyone just wants to do what they can to try to help, especially because the women's loved ones are really struggling.
You could pray for the family and pray for Tracy. He's really beaten up. I can assure you he's not sleeping. Not sleeping at all.
There's a lot of speculation in the town as people just want to know what happened. Everyone agrees they just want them both found and brought home safely. In Hugoton, Jocelyn Schiffer.
Yeah, that's fact. Everyone wants them home safely. Unreal, guys. So, any thoughts? What do you guys think? Are you off and running, Shauna? Have a great afternoon, friend. So yeah, what the heck is going on? Are you leaning towards the dispute having something to do with this, or do you think it is a random person who attacked these girls? Ladies. Stupid shopping. Stupid damn shopping. So that's what I've got so far. What I'm going to do is, see if I can find a map and start putting one together on this case. And that's a good question. That's a really good question. Yeah, and see if I can find documents. I guess they're out there, so that'll be something I'm looking for. If anybody happens to find documents, feel free to throw them at me at Discord or Twitter or anything else that you think that might be important to the case. No one gets a pass because of how they make money, right? That's what I believe. That's what I think I'm seeing. It's personal targeted and seems likely they got ambushed. Second lady might be a casualty. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm going to leave it at that. Like I said, I'm going to do a little bit of research, see what else I can find on this case. And hopefully they can bring these ladies home. It's scary. It's very scary. So I've got another stream set up. I think it's for 12:30, and we're going to get back into the Apple River unaliving case where that maniac decided he was going to pull out his pointy thing and start attacking teenagers. Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. So join me for that. Thank you ever so much, you guys, though, for hanging out with me. I appreciate you, every single one of you. And I'll see you shortly in the next one. Bye.